me go ahead.
Let me go ahead, okay.
Okay,
Let's
the
go
approval
first.
of the October special meeting.
Wait, aren't you gonna do the head library reports and concerns first? These guys are here, you're not. Yeah, they can go ahead and do it. Okay. Yeah.
Watchford, we got our elevator leads. Right after the last meeting. It's been great. We were able to.
Well, we're going ahead, we're.
Great, we had a lot of, it's been upstairs.
Thank you.
For a long time. It's actually really nice.
Good.
We got, we just got done shifting the biographies and stuff like that. We work on nonfiction. We've been working on inventory. We gave the DVD selection. And, yeah, back to our systems. Thanks for going good.
All right. Well, starting with our back, and go forward for me. We had so many boxes in the back, kind of slow down, on doing that because of space. Now the elevator's done, everything will be back downstairs, the back to doing that really, good. Yeah. It's a painting. We had 40 pieces in the first. And another one, maintaining the December, so many people are still wanting to do. Good.
How many children were in that? I know so there was.
Children, they're usually 4 or 5 kids. They range all over the space. We have teenagers, we have one lady that burns her dog.
Does it come?
They little claws, they sit in their little stroller and dance over.
Well, we've got a kitchen. Today, you've got head of fire safety. We have not seen the farmer show up yet.
He said he'd try to come today, but if he's not here today, it'll probably be Monday after Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So we're still waiting. He said, I'm too quick. And then said, are they going to tear the building down? I said, no, I don't think I'm not sure. Laura, you made a lot of yeah, Laura, the author said autographed copies of the books in a photo of the books is good marks. It was for your life. Now, who is that author? Parents. Okay. And what is the lottery? Yeah, we're just lots of kind of she's very light. It's not the birthday. Oh,
She's won vacations, all
wow.
kinds of stuff.
But we should, we have. Probably excited. It's probably the emails that came from you, Texas, obviously. And I hope how we
Yeah. On October 24th, we're letting down, so that's not her, so those stories, I'll do it.
Oh, fun group.
Huh?
I bet that is a fun group.
Oh, yeah. They're always asking, is that true, is that true? That's up to you to decide, they lie, they just tell the story. Always scared of the different sources, but I just found food. Good one, scared all. And then the trunk or treat, Letcher. That's what we're having. There's me, there's a police. Hang out, pencils and bookmarks, all this getting stuff. Doing costume. And the Halloween party, up there. So, it's not the biggest one, man. They might. Oh. I thought I went there, the same. Well, about third of the parents. But some of them are accepted.
When was the Halloween?
The 29th. Yeah. Did it put a show, about 5 or 6 games, like the biggest, but just give it to them. That place, Halloween, this often, out there. And they had done comfort treat at the high school, which was the first, Halloween day, for the first. So, like 700 and some kids, not 5. They were just pushing through the fact that it's crazy. Then, September 1st, went to the nursing home, took them some books, and they set up a thing and Christmas. They technically dressed up the Santa Claus and Mr. Claus, they call Christmas cards, and always a little color activity to do. And I met with Jennifer, Master Terry. And we're going to form a community partnership. And on the 14th of December, we'll do Santa Claus. That's it. They got the kids.
What's the date on that?
It's all the hills on and I was contacted by someone who does the cultural community. To contact the guy in this charge and it's simply they want me to come over and do something. So I think I'm very comfortable Santa Claus. Do all my other stuff.
Sounds like the outreach is good.
Yeah, there it is. What area, let me just ask you, what area was it down? I was just getting started.
We put that at the back office. We took all the chairs.
Over there.
Yeah. Right, and so, yeah, because you got the elevator.
So we kind of take another step.
Sure, right,
Well, we could have, but it would have taken a few.
right.
And do the approval of October and special meeting minutes, and we have to just split those.
Okay, do that, and you have, this is the special meeting. We have, if you want to. Yeah, that's, and I think everyone else has.
Yeah.
You have-
I-
you have one?
I do
Now
not.
have it.
Thank you.
Make the motion, we approve.
Okay.
Motion made, approved.
Okay. I second.
Motion made and seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Guys have it. Right along, the treasurer's report.
Those are in front of you guys. I have last month's and this month's. So let me,
So we have both.
Hey, Ally, watch that cord.
I didn't say that.
thank you.
One of these days, do we need one of each of these?
Yeah, please.
Oh, okay, could someone compile those?
I will.
Do that, so I-
Thank you. And I also,
Okay, well, let me get situated here. One. And then we need 3, 4.
while they're doing those, I know you guys gave an update. Did you have any concerns about your branches or what's anything?
Yeah, we're not.
Okay. Okay. Um,
So you're fixing one.
Yeah.
I did this. I did this for you.
And
If
then-
you get 2, just ignore. These are gone. We've got them right here. Yeah. Well, wait a minute, she had, these are 10, 13. Okay, that's it.
we need them both. Can I have copies of the list? So I know.
Problem.
Okay.
And I'll get.
I think everything's there. It's not. Okay, you can find it.
That's it.
You need one?
Yes, please.
So which one are we, you can follow up the order then, or? One, should we do the director's financial report first?
We can. I can go ahead and.
I don't know.
If you don't have it,
Thank you.
just Jim, because we were doing it together, and I don't know what was gonna.
Do you want
Can
to?
I just, well, let me just suggest, instead of you reading off every item, can we just take a minute to look at it and see if anyone has questions?
Absolutely.
That might speed things up.
We're talking about the director's financial.
Director's financial.
Okay.
report.
If it helps,
I mean, unless there's something you want
oh,
us to pay attention to.
when you get down to that Amazon amount, we bought a lot of stuff for holiday outreach, visit to the senior citizen center, and a lot of books.
Oh, that is a big one. So is that stuff that you're gonna be able to use over?
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah.
Part of it's somebody's Santa Claus costume.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Small amount of that. It's like $100.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But over 1,000 of it was books.
What else is missing?
So Jeanette and Cheryl, did you all look at the financial report, this one right here, the master? And see if you have any questions about that, or she just explained that the large Amazon charge was, at the bottom of that first page is, you said.
A lot of programming and outreach.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
I like where- No.
I have
Yeah,
the,
you have a real.
right.
That's
Actually, it's in one of my folders in the box. I have the printed invoices from Amazon.
okay. If nobody has any questions, do we need to go over all of these? I don't think we do. I think usually the financial report in the other organizations that I work with is just received as information.
Right.
Is that okay with you all to do it that way?
Everybody had a chance to look at it?
Okay.
Have any questions? If not, go your motion to approve.
You,
I'll approve.
okay, all right.
Motion
so Howard,
approved,
okay,
second. I'll second. All
okay.
those in favor? I oppose. or 9:33.
Oh, I think we said that we don't need to go through those unless you all want to. I don't think we, as long as we have to do, I don't think we do. Yeah.
If you got a question, I can bring it up.
Yeah, things too, so. So the vouchers is what those are, okay, so we move right on to staff salaries before, who would you guys?
Let's do the surrenders.
That's what we just did, that's,
We do need initials on the vouchers.
oh, you do need initials on the vouchers, so.
Yes.
Can someone take one round?
Here are the vouchers.
Okay, so you said those,
And if you have any questions, I'm gonna pass out the salary chart. It's a new chart. I know. And I tried to make it as simple as possible. The first page is before July.
so is that going around right now?
Yes.
Is that-
First page is before July, so you know, like what branch, how long they've worked with us, full-time or part-time, and what they were making. Okay. And then the second page is um, and the third page is, you've already, I handed you one. didn't I? There's a cord there, I'm not gonna trip.
Right, okay, and I'm not even. Here you go. Is that, and this is the last one?
And we do need a motion to approve the vouchers.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the
Second.
vouchers.
Now I'm worried about it.
And H second.
Okay,
All
so,
those in favor? Opposed? Move on to old business, staff salaries.
Okay, so you've got the chart. The first page is what they were making before July, and the second page is the 12% only, and then what I did and what they were making after, well, up to now. And the third page is, I did the equation on top of the 12%, and it was just too much. So I adjusted the equation. And what I changed the amounts for what people would get for longevity. For every 5 years, it's 20 cents, and I capped it at 20 years. So 80 cents.
is that down here?
It is at the bottom where it says adjusted. Any full-time not making 15, I bumped them up to 15, and then the 12%, and then did the adjustment on top.
I'm wondering, Cheryl, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you email her this?
Yes.
So that she can see that too?
I'm gonna email you, it's gonna be the full chart though.
It's gonna be all 3 pages, right?
Well, it's actually a little different in Excel, it's just one big chart.
I think, refresh my memory, but I thought that in our last board meeting, there was discussion about just doing the 12% this time. And then establishing a system for raises based
In the
on
future.
merit.
Right, I haven't changed anything.
Right, okay, so this is just for our information. So if we want to just leave it at a 12% raise, that's the second thing.
Yes.
So staff, you all want to look at that and give us some I mean, I'm just interested in that or not, just. Head up on these, right?
If you look at on the right hand side, and then if you look at on the
Nobody paid you on the second page.
right hand side, it's current.
Yes.
Whatever bank have current. If you look at 12% on the. So if you, yeah, if you look through it, there's one of them, $3.14 an hour cut.
Would be a cut.
Yeah.
What they're currently making.
Yeah, from what we're currently making.
Due to the equation, due to the equation.
Oh, okay.
One of them would be $2.02.
How come yours didn't change?
Mine didn't change because the formula didn't apply.
Why?
Because I would have been making the same formula applied as I would have without.
Because he's brand new.
Right, okay.
Newly a head librarian.
Okay. So you're saying that it will be. So what about after the new equation?
Here would be the,
Yeah, it is on the next.
12% and then you adjust this way.
Mhm.
But, my question there, is that the new equation or is that?
The third page, it should say it at the top.
Okay, it's all is on the left.
all
it
the
is on the right.
equations in it. Won't get that last page.
So you're saying that you, for you, for instance, Ian, you were.
I was making $15
Okay.
and then I got 12%, so $16. If you'd done the equation for me, I would have got $2 an hour from the equation and then 12%, which would have put me at $15 and 12%, if the equation started at $13.
Right, but we're
Well,
not.
the third
we're not
page
going-
is,
That's why I'm.
the third page is if we did the equation on top of, as it was, on top of the 12%.
Right,
That's in the left column.
right,
And then
the
toward,
adjusted equation.
no, the one on the left is
Right.
the equation.
And then on the right.
Right.
The adjusted for it says.
Yes.
adjusted.
We have had several conversations about this, and it's been brought up in conversations. Let's not keep hammering over this equation, let's make a decision. More with talking about the equation, this running through. So it's brought up about the 12% on the equation. Do that, just skip that and continue discussing this.
Okay, well, we already voted to do 12%, that's already, that was done. And we said that we would look at her equation. And so I'm open to whatever anyone wants to do about the equation. 12% is already, that was already voted on, so.
Yes. Now, we can look at the question for another year. And that, by that time, they would probably understand. Right now,
But
it's got to say,
is it gonna significantly reduce anyone's pay if you don't do the equation?
If you don't do the equation, there's one of those will be cut $3.02 an hour. One of them will be cut, $3.12 an hour. One will be cut $2.02 an hour.
but I'll see how they get cut if they're gonna get 12% right.
She already gave you 12%. Thanks.
I have
She
at
already-
least one employee that I don't want to lose that told me that they felt very unappreciated before. And that they were actually seriously applying for other jobs.
How could they get a difference? Hey, when you're giving them 12% of what they're already making.
What they're saying, well, they wouldn't get a decrease except that she did the 12% on $13 an hour. So some of them were making more than 13.
Right.
Should that,
So it was already implemented, is what we're saying, Jeanette, before we approved the equation.
the 12% supposed to be on top of that. And that's what July 1.
But that's not the way to do it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Right. But the fact is that their pay has changed since that meeting. And if we don't go through with,
If we take away the
Equation.
equation,
they're gonna lose.
they're gonna lose some money. This is before the equation, and this is after. We didn't vote on the equation. No, we didn't.
No, we haven't voted on the
You're
equation.
right,
In their
we
lives,
didn't.
they've been getting a certain pay for how many months now?
Since July,
July,
and July 1st, because of that,
get back pay.
so.
So 5 months.
5 months.
So that puts us.
Yeah, it does. We need to make sure
I
that
think we're
it's
supposed to do what we're voting on. I mean, I'm sorry if the equation did that, but. They're not actually losing money, they're losing money based on the equation, which is not what we're voting. We voted for the revenue bank, public money, July 1st. And that's what it's never been.
Well, no, we agreed to have her present an occasion. So we did agree with that, but we didn't agree for it to go ahead and,
Can I?
yeah,
In Kentucky, if it's in the budget, I am legally able to do it, but I understand that you guys are very upset that I went ahead and did it, because I know you like to. My suggestion is, because there is enough money in the budget to cover this, I would like to do evaluations and then put the adjusted equation in place so that these employees can be making what I honestly believe they should be making.
you say there is money in the budget.
Yes.
Right, okay.
And it was actually, the amount under salaries is more than their salaries put together.
So we're actually under budget. So,
Yes.
well, I don't want anyone to feel unappreciated, so I think it is important that you do evaluations and that they identify goals for the next year, that they want to do that. And we're gonna look at your evaluation forms here shortly. So, so I move that we approve the adjusted equation for net. For what, till the next, I don't know. Till the next,
Cost of living,
next what now?
cost of living adjustment,
Well, if the.
which is yearly.
Oh, till we do the next, until the next cost of living adjustment, right? Because this was based on merit, and we made merit and experience. So we may want to look at an equation that's connected to the evaluations from here on out. I think that's what we should do.
So you're saying
anyone else
approve this until July?
until July, next July.
That's not what we voted on.
No.
No, we've already approved the 12% raise. I'm saying that we approve the adjusted equation. That's what I'm proposing now. If there's no second, that's fine,
But in a year, you can't go back and readjust that. So you would just have to give them the raise on whatever they're getting right now.
I would think so.
and she's already done that.
Well, I'm talking about next year,
Next year, right,
Yes.
exactly.
just that no more equations, is what I'm saying.
Right, oh, well, it could be based on the evaluation, which is what most, I mean, I don't know, most professional people, their salary
Well,
is
if
based
somebody isn't
on
doing
some
their job,
evaluation.
then they need to be fired. You know,
Right, well,
so-
but you can't just fire. First, you have to say, you're not doing this, you need, I need to see it.
Well, they need to be on their way. I should say.
Okay, all right, or
To it.
they need to change their behavior, yeah.
If they change, that's fine. But we have to have, I mean, I'm all for just leaving it as it is. And we'll
as it is right now.
So
As it
do you
is right now.
second, do you second my,
I'll second it.
okay, so I move, so then let's go. And I know how you feel.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Both.
Cheryl voted, she said,
She said aye.
you did say aye.
Yep.
She said aye, okay.
Okay, sorry.
Everybody voted yes, me.
No, I voted.
No.
Voted no, okay,
Yes, so it's 3-2.
okay.
Majority wins. I'm still on. I'm sorry.
We don't want any more, we don't want to, we need to think about the equation before next July. And whether or not we want it to be connected to the
Evaluation.
evaluation. Yes.
The evaluation form, very simple, and I know you wanted some like levels on it. But it depends a lot on the employee's job description.
Sure, yeah.
So, so we would take like levels, or I can create levels for the different jobs. Thanks for coming, H.
Does everybody know what their job requires them to do? Do you all know what you have a job
I'm
description?
putting it in the policy.
When you're what's on days basis.
You're everything.
Branches, one person, but it's employees, they have,
Did we get one egg?
We all
we have to look at it, so much care, but another stage.
we all have-
Days, which why, someone's.
Well, that's a given, you know, yeah.
Everybody, if I'm not there, one of my qualifications there, they could what it is. That may not be the job description, but that's what they.
Well, I think in every job you have to work a little bit outside that job description. So, well, in my opinion, I always worked outside mine. I helped wherever it needed to be done.
Yeah, and this is some of the messages we get from the past review report.
Well, I am including the job description that I've gotten in the policy manual. I want to tell you, I'm very close. And what I'd like to do you have email addresses for everybody?
For the board members,
Board members and the staff.
I should have email addresses for everybody.
Okay.
But
I'd
I'm
like
not
to send
100%.
it For our next meeting, so that
Okay.
you all can look it over, because I made a lot of revisions and, I mean, just cut a lot of stuff that I thought was redundant, and so that way it'll save us some time, if people can look at it before the next board meeting, and I can send it out, so if you could give me those email addresses, that would help.
You need to have it.
Or do you want me to just pass around? the
No.
page for email?
No, it's just for your,
It's moving along, building projects, any updates?
I do have updates. The elevator at Whitesburg is working, thank goodness. I got the certificate in the mail on Friday. I'm gonna make a copy and place the copy in the little display window in the elevator. I had a phone conversation with Jay from FEMA, Paula from FEMA mitigation, Charlie from our architecture firm, and Craig from Kentucky Emergency Management. We did get permission from FEMA to go ahead and bid out Fleming Neon. Because FEMA needs to know what our mitigation measures are gonna cost here, and they've told me their estimated amount for mitigation at Fleming Neon, and my thought was, God love them, it's gonna be twice that. So Charlie's gonna take care of putting the bid papers together, and he's gonna contact the newspapers for us. And I think they'll be doing the Mountain Eagle, Community Press, and the paper in Pikeville. And maybe a few others in the region. And then they will also be contacting at least 3 contractor firms that they've worked with and Lewis Brothers to invite them to bid. And then once we have the bids, we have to wait on them until FEMA tells us what to do with them, other than sending them on to them.
Can I ask, I got the email about the sign, and what was confusing to me about his response was, it was as though all we were gonna say is coming soon, and I think it's important that it had more information.
Oh, yeah, I was,
You did say,
yeah, I want to put some of the rendering photographs
Right.
on there so they can see that we actually have
Okay,
plans
right,
without having to read the architectural plans.
okay, and there's a way that you can get, have you contacted them to give them that information?
I have not contacted the business that he suggested because I'm pretty certain there's a place in Pikeville that will do those.
Okay.
And I'd like to stay as close to home as we
Sure.
can.
I do want to ask one thing, it's probably out of context, but, the wrap for the bookmobile, have you heard anything else about that?
Well, H said he was going to talk to the school system about doing an art contest.
Yeah, I thought about that. That has to be done first, right?
Yes. But I also keep thinking about how many winners we're gonna have. And I was talking to Denise, who is the new state librarian, commissioner, head of Kentucky Department for Libraries and Archives. And her suggestion was to use some of them for library cards and use some of them on the outreach van. We can get, we're at like 2 boxes of library cards left that we haven't cracked into yet. And I think there's like 250 or 500 in a box. I think it's
No,
500.
I don't know what you mean by a library card. Is this just information, like a
Your
postcard?
library card.
You're like,
that you-
Oh, okay, gotcha, all right.
So there's companies that will put whatever we want on the front of a library card, and they will use our like information for card numbers. Like ours is 14 digits long and it starts with 202. No, wait, that. So, yeah,
yeah, I can't see getting a contest in the schools at least till the first of the year,
No,
you know, so
you're right.
it just keeps
right.
prolonging.
And
I'd love to get that wrapped. I've looked at these wraps everywhere and they look so neat.
Right.
They're so
Well,
pretty.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I do think that's a good way to raise awareness and to get.
To get
kids
schools involved.
Yeah.
I had a meeting with the lady from the school system. Her name is Robin Cook, and I think she works with the Family Resource Centers.
Yeah, that's, I
And-
saw her name. I don't know her. but-
Well, I just met her and I gave her a crash course on all the stuff that we do because she was making suggestions and I'm like, we already do that. So I took her through our website and showed her all the things. And then I took her through the newsletter and invited her to sign up for the electronic newsletter. I think she might be a good person to contact about having a contest in the schools.
She would be the one, probably, they give you anyway.
Mhm.
And who is that? And she's over what?
Her name is Robin Cook.
Mhm.
If she's over family resources, she's
Oh,
over,
yes.
she's
She
over
would be
special
contacted.
programs.
Okay.
I'm not certain like
Schools.
what her position
All
is,
special
but
programs.
I'll send her an email.
Is there anything else on building project?
No, we're still working on the plans for Blackie. We have a whole bunch of waterproofing measures. Charlie just has to get them into the design plans. And then we have to do the same uphill battle with FEMA.
Move on to new business then, financial accounting.
We've already. we already-
No,
Did you meet with her?
Oh, I'm
I
sorry, yes.
met with Ruth Sloan from Mitchell Associate Accounting and her partner. Her name is Jeanette also, and she had a long last name and she's like, you won't remember that. And I said, you're right. And I don't remember it, but they were both very nice and very accommodating. They know what they need to do for working with a government entity because they've worked with other small purpose government entities. And they do a lot of work with Chris Gooch. H sent me the name of a gentleman out of Pikeville. Ruth also said that they could meet me halfway because Jeanette lives near Vico, which is like just a little bit farther from where I live. And so we can meet in Happy and do exchanges for like checks that need signed and bills that need paid. The gentleman that H sent me is the company that Kentucky Farm Bureau just signed up with. He did not seem as interested in working with us and making things easy. He's going to send me an estimate of what he thinks he'll charge us for doing payroll and financial reports and basically accounting. He is a CPA. Ruth is an accountant. Let me see.
Not necessarily have to.
We do not have to have a CPA. I could hear dollar signs going off in his head as I was talking to him. Ruth said they charge $50 an hour and they're pretty fast, and she doesn't think we'll be anywhere near what we were paying Dennis Wayne Fleming. So the guy in Pikeville is Barry Lucas. He is a CPA.
What's Ruth's last name again?
Sloan.
Of course, she's not.
And the business that Ruth owns is Mitchell Associate Accounting. And I think when she bought the business, she just kept the name.
Sure.
So do we need to make a decision?
It's actually
Your decision.
no, I mean, it's $12,000. So that's above the decisions that I would make on my own. I honestly, if Chris Gooch is suggesting her, that's a ringing endorsement to me.
And it's less, you said it's gonna be less, she anticipates much less.
Yeah.
$50 an hour.
I hear a motion to approve. This young lady.
Lady.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, all right.
Because I don't know anybody else.
I'll second. Motion made and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Did you want to, you said aye?
Yes.
Cheryl
Aye.
said aye. Thank you.
Motion carried.
I will call her this afternoon, and she's already given me, just in case, some paperwork that I need the staff to fill out for their direct deposits and taxes.
Moving on to volunteer policy.
I found a couple of volunteer policies that were okay. They didn't seem right for us. So I would like to table that until next month, so I have a chance to delve in a little deeper.
Okay, appreciate that. Let's move on to storage room at Chance.
We're here. H thinks we can put one here
Here, from, you know,
from
where we started out. here.
from the deck
Yes.
over to, including the pad with the HVAC units, or
I don't believe it was including that because did it?
Would it include that door? Dave?
No, it's,
No,
you
it
have
would
to
be,
be,
it's
it's starting at the end of the thing that we just built.
The deck.
The deck.
Oh, okay.
okay.
it's
So
just beyond it, isn't it?
It's just
Yes.
going down for.
I think we'll move off camera. I
In that
think
hallway.
it ends right here,
Right.
so it would be like including the storage closet. We would
Yeah.
just be expanding the storage closet.
Yeah, because they,
I don't.
Oh, that's.
Oh, no, you got a next.
Oh, take, so that it doesn't lock. See, they wouldn't be able, no, I think it would only, wouldn't it only be accessible from the outside? Because
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
move all of it.
yes.
Right, right.
We could have them removed from the outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming it would have to be. Because you can't move all that.
Well, you need to get somebody in here
Yeah,
that can tell you exactly
Well-
what can be done.
Brian's supposed to be doing an estimate for this stuff for us, so I'll call him and add on to him.
So we'll put that on hold.
Okay.
Okay, keys.
Any more thoughts about keys?
Ian?
Just, good idea. So 3 keys on those.
12:38.
Yeah. I kinda want to-
We're fine.
You can get,
As far as actually counting the doors and stuff.
Do you want to, we can look at what all needs keys and figure out what we can combine?
I think it would be good to have like office keys and then have like, storage keys, maintenance keys, out, like exterior keys and then interior keys. And then I think other than that, really, that's pretty much all we would need.
Okay, you want to make, should we sit down and make a list?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah, we should go
that'll
back-
be,
we should go
okay.
just walk through the building and look at what doors we think we can combine.
Right.
Because really, if we had like 4 or 5 keys that work the whole building, and we had a couple extra sets, you know.
Yeah.
If there was ever a problem and somebody needed in a room, you could be able to grab anybody's
Don't want to
key.
be locked in.
yeah.
Right, yeah,
You'd be able to grab anybody's
So-
key.
we'll table keys
okay.
and
Mhm.
Move on to health insurance.
health insurance. Chris sent me a text message. He hasn't heard back from 2 major carriers, so it's tabled until December.
Okay, announcements?
Don't forget about tomorrow evening.
What time is it again?
It starts at 6. You are welcome to bring something, but you don't have to. I'm telling all the volunteers that they don't have to. The library pays for the turkey and the ham, and they're defrosting right now. And we'll be cooking tomorrow. It's gonna smell like turkey and ham during yoga. Lunchtime yoga is actually a movement class. It's harder, but if you wanted to come, there's ways to make it easier. The staff monthly meeting is not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, the 29th. I'm working on the agenda. I'll probably be talking with these guys to make the agenda. And next month meeting is December 18th at Harry M. Cottle again. Did you guys have any announcements, anything? Please feel free to bring your husband to dinner with us if you want.
Well, I probably will not be there.
Okay,
I have time.
I understand
3,000
completely.
things going on.
Yeah,
My
I'll
whole
be
family's
there.
fine. I've got to do stuff. I haven't even shopped yet.
Well, I did some yesterday, but
haven't
I
done
think I
any.
need more stuff.
I haven't even made a menu yet.
Okay.
I gotta get busy. Mine is too basic.
Do you have anything in questions on the announcements?
Usually does. Part of it.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Do I have anything to say? No.
Okay.
You know,
Um,
she's got plans.
Okay.
I hope you feel better, Cheryl.
I'm getting better. 2 weeks.
I'll send you all the papers that I've given out.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds
Thank you for attending.
good. Thank you.
Bless his heart.
Somebody, it's 12:42. Somebody want to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, thank you. And I have-
So Libby motion, Jeanette seconded,
Yes.
all in favor?
Aye.
Oh,
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Cheryl. Bye,
Bye.
Laura.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.